Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. That's how you spell Kathy's name, and there's the website for Kathy. I think it's all in space. We're in the right space. Supportive Oracle cards will be Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There's websites for them. I believe She Who Is Art is for all of them. I could be wrong. I don't remember looking at it, but there's a couple more there. If you want to check out any of them, feel free to freeze frame and search out what you want, of course. This is Gemini. I'm getting the idea of the Master of Suspension here, so let's see what that means. One card here. King of Wands coming in. King of Wands coming in. A friendly energy for you. One more. Life Purpose. This card keeps showing up. Life Purpose, Four of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. This might be the opposing energy, by the way. Somebody's going to try to get in your way in this situation. It seems like this is often around you. If you haven't figured it out by now, this person does not have the right to know everything you're doing, so just don't tell them every now and then. And if you're forced in a corner and you have to divert their attention by whatever means necessary, then that's what you got to do, because this is like this challenger energy. I feel like this is like a side note. There's a challenger energy around you that's always going to be a challenge. You don't have to tell this person what you're doing. And if you have to divert that energy in whatever means you see fit, then that's what you got to do. For some of you, I feel like that could be a problem that could cause an issue here. They're just saying if that's a constant problem here, just don't let that one know what you're doing. I mean, that's what I keep getting. Take it with a grain of salt, because I get the King of Wands is more your friend in this situation. For some reason, you'd think the King of Air would be, but I'm getting the King of Fire is more your friend in this situation. Because it's a friendly energy. It's bringing forth a lot of healing for you. This is somebody who's going to help you move out of this stagnant period. You've got the Hanged Man with blessings, and this King of Wands is actually bringing forth the blessings. The King of Swords is trying to block it, but they're saying that King of Wands could help you get out of this stuck position. Take it with a giant grain of salt. Like, I mean, I feel for some reason the need to say, if you're a minor, talk to an adult you trust before you go forward with anything. If you're in your early 20s, hopefully you have some friends you feel very confident with. Talk with them. I think as you get older, as people get older, they realize we need somebody to bounce things off of. So, I don't know. Just make sure you bounce this off of somebody you trust before you make any movements forward. Because I'm getting that the King of Wands is your friend, but that should be an energy you're able to talk with other people about, and other people can be like, yeah, I can see where that's a good thing. Also, where you could bounce off this King of Swords energy, kind of like, oh yeah, that person's always just trying to stop you, trying to block you, trying to control you, so that's not going to work. Just take it with a grain of salt. Think about what's going on for your life. Make sure you have somebody to talk with you can bounce this off of. Because we don't want to make... See, this isn't about you making a decision. This is about somebody calling you forth to come with them. Okay, that's a little interesting. It's almost a little alarming. You have something to offer. You've offered them something in the past. Now they're coming forward to ask you for it. They're saying don't overthink it. You should be able to talk, again, you should be able to bounce this off of other people that you feel are level-headed, and they should be like, yeah, this is a good idea. So you should be able to bounce this off of other people that make sense. You know what I mean? People who make good decisions, who have their life together. And And they should be able to be like, yeah, Gemini, that's a good idea. I would go with that. Don't overthink it and go with it. This is somebody who should genuinely care about you. Because it's backed up with the... You got a lot of kings going on here. It's getting backed up by the King of Cups. This could be another ally to the situation, or it could just be talking about this person's investment in you. They come in very strong, but they might have a lot of emotional investment with you. Or it could be a secondary ally that's backed up, that is backing up the King of Wands. It depends on your situation, naturally. Because I feel like they're looking at the situation and they don't like what you're stuck in. Whoever this person is, they're looking at you and they're like, you shouldn't be stuck like that. This isn't ideal. You could do a lot better. You should have a lot more. And they want you to come forward. It's about you going towards that. The only, see, it's like, it's not about making the decision, but it is about moving forward fairly quickly. But you should feel protected and safe. You should be able to have contacts around you who you feel connected with. You should be able to have friends and talk it out with your friends or colleagues that you feel safe with. So you can be like, I'm going to do this. And they're like, yeah, that's a good idea. You shouldn't feel like, I have to keep everything a complete secret. Maybe to certain people, like this King of Swords, because I feel like the King of Swords is trying to block you. But otherwise, you should be able to talk with certain people. You should have a safety group or a safety net, a network even, that you can talk these things out with and be like, oh, this is what's going on, and this is what I offered before, and now they came back and they would like me to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to do that, and people are like, yeah, that's a good idea. You should take it while you can. Maybe you can get some distance from the King of Swords. I mean, these are general readings. Take them with a grain of salt. Whatever's coming forward, it's going to last a long time. So be sure you want it, because it's got the Seven of Pentacles riding in with it, telling me that it may come in fast, but it's going to stick around for a long time. This change is going to last a long time. It does have a lot of success for you and well-being. Something that you've already expressed that you wanted to be a part of before. Success coming in, well-being. This is all good for you. I just feel like you got to be, as long as you have your network to talk with other people, again, people who, like, their lives are going well. You know what I mean? Their lives are going well. They're making good decisions. They think certain things are right to do, and they do that themselves. Like, they make good decisions for themselves. They follow through on those decisions, and their life is good because of it. Like, that type of person. I feel like it might be a little hard for you because you have a possibility of you're getting paralyzed by being, no, how am I going to say this? Paralyzed by analyzed. I'm not. If you overthink it, you're going to die. You're going to go, it's not going to happen. I can't get the term. Paralyzation by analyzation, something like that. I can't get it. But it's like, if you overthink it, you could, nothing might happen. You might get stuck. You might end up continually, because I'm getting this animals thing, I feel like you might end up continually being controlled by this King of Swords. So be careful not to overthink this. Talk with the right people. When the right people that you trust say, yeah, that's a good idea, make your decision. On the opposite hand, if the people you trust tell you, you know what, I don't think that's in your best interest, I don't know if I do that, decide not to do it and just walk away from it. Because for some of you, that might be the truth. This might be one of those moments where you just got to realize, hey, I made that option before, I made that offer before, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really think I want to do it because it's going to last too long and I know I'm going to get bored of it. So this is not supposed to like railroad you into one decision. This is for you to like talk with other people. What do you really want? Other people telling you like if they think that's a safe idea or not. And then moving forward to basically what you want in the long term, because it is going to last a while. So it's almost like if you're going to move, and you're going to move, for example, to the country, and you're like, oh, there's not a lot of people around. Do I really like that idea? Some of you will, some of you won't. And you make up the decision that's right for your life. You should be able to bounce this off of people you trust. If there's a super secretive energy to this, that's also a red flag, so be careful of that. Because part of me is a little bit worried about this, like this is going to hit the wrong person the wrong way, because you might get confused who the King of Wands and the King of Swords are. The King of Swords could come in with an offer that's going to ostracize you from other people. That's a bad idea. So like you need to be able to talk this out with other people around you. There is an offer coming through. I'm getting, for most of you, it's a good offer. But just be careful, because like these are general readings. We want to be careful. We want to be safe. Make sure you can talk this out with somebody before you move forward, because we want to go in a way where you're making the best decision for you, that you feel protected, that you're not getting stuck in a situation that you don't really want to be in. Because again, the situation, once you move forward, it's going to stick around for quite a while. I'm not only getting the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting the Chariot. Like, the situation isn't going to want to let you go. So if there's this King of Wands energy here, they're not going to want to let you go, which kind of like it does make me a little bit uncomfortable. But like, they're going to want to do everything they can to keep you a part of the situation. Just keep that in mind. So I'm more kind of like I would take it with a giant grain of salt, honestly. You really need to be able to talk this out with somebody else. I feel like the biggest part of this is the decision going forward is going to last a long time. You need to decide either yes or no. Listen to your friends. Don't overthink it. If you decide no for whatever reason, just no and move on. If you decide yes, then make it happen and go. But make sure you're able to have a safety net where you can talk to people and get other people's opinions about what they think, that's not going to like just try to control you. Somebody here's trying to control you, and it makes me nervous. Like, the way this reading comes in, it seems like it's the King of Swords, but I'm like, why doesn't the King of Swords agree with you more? It seems like that energy should be more compatible with yours. So part of me is wondering, do you see the King of Swords as an adversary, but maybe is not as much of an adversary as a help? It's just you don't get along with this person currently, versus the King of Wands is offering you something you really do feel like you want, but in the long run, it may not serve you. It's complicated reading. I know Gemini, I know you guys are complicated. I get that. The key here to how you can figure this out is to have somebody to talk this out with, and talk about what you've experienced from both people, if there's two people here, and who they think is more going to your benefit. Who's actually looking out for you, who's actually trying to use you for their own benefit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when we get looked out for, it doesn't feel the best, but it is in our best interest. That's the weird thing, you know? Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.